Hey, what is up, you sexy bee? Solanum-Heart, Tristan here, and I am bringing you another story. Yes, I haven't done one of these in quite a while, but this is a pretty enjoyable one. This is my worst time smoking hookah, and you guys can see what happens at the end. It's also in the title, so that's kind of a fail. But anyway, I'm going to get right into it. So I was 15 at the time, and I was hanging out with this girl, and I was working, and so I brought my clothes with me to work, and so I could change and then go to our house right after so we could chill for a few hours, and then I would go home. And so I'm like, alright, well, let's do this because I haven't hung out with this girl in a while, and it's some pretty fun times. So I end up eating at my work, which I work at McDonald's, guys, so I end up eating a little bit of McDonald's, and I take off with, my brother takes me to her house, because this was before I was 16, so I couldn't drive at the time. So I'm like, alright, well, let's chill at our house. And so I ended up getting a drink and everything, and I ate McDonald's there, which is a very bad idea. Yeah, you'll see why a little bit later, but get to our house and we're hanging out, and her dad is drinking quite a bit. oh man, that was so great. And so her dad's drinking quite a bit, and her family is very, very big on hookah. They really like smoking hookah. She does, her mom does, her dad does, etc., etc. Her dad not so much, but she really does. And so they do with her family and stuff. And so they all really smoke hookah together, so it's accepted and it's all cool. And so downstairs, right, we were all smoking hookah together. And her mom was like smoking with me, basically. It was a dual hose hookah, and so it was pretty cool. And like her and her mom were sitting on the other side of the table, and I was sitting on my side of the table. And I just had my own hose that I would, you know, puff from every once in a little while. And this is not my first time smoking hookah, but I was like, all right, well, that's pretty cool and stuff. And it was so great because her dad was like really, really drunk, and so he was very rude. He's a rude drunk, but he's a very funny rude drunk, because he would like insult her and me also. He called me gay a few times, which I thought was pretty funny. And he also, they ended up having a rap battle at one point, which I thought was great. She totally owned him. I don't remember exactly what they said, but she said stuff that rhymed, and it was really, really good. He just basically called his own daughter and his wife like sluts and stuff, which I thought was pretty funny. But it was also kind of disturbing. Like, it just wouldn't stop. Like, no matter how much they told him to stop, he just kept being rude. But anyway, so we keep smoking, and I'm like, all right, well, I'm not feeling so great, because I had dinner and I had been smoking quite a bit, and I had McDonald's earlier. I was like, all right, well, let's take a little break from this for maybe 10 minutes. I was lightheaded, wasn't feeling too great, because, you know, that's what hookah does. And by no means should you guys go smoke it up with hookah, because it's really not that great, and I don't think it's worth it, honestly. Anyway, so we kept doing that, and I was taking a break. I was like, all right, well, this was while the rap battle and everything was going on, and everything cool was happening, and I was just sitting back, and I was like, okay, well, let's stop doing this for the night. I'm not really feeling too well, and I had some food here and there, but primarily I'd just been chilling there, talking to them, smoking hookah like they were and like I was, but I'd had a little bit too much, and I was like, all right, well, I should be fine. Stomach just hurts a little bit. Lightheaded feeling went away after a little while, and it had come like, I don't even know, 8:30 or something, and it was time for me to go. So I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go sit outside and wait for my parents to pick me up, because I had to be out of the house physically at 8:30, because her parents are weird. She's been grounded for some stuff and stuff and things. Yeah, about that. So I go outside, not feeling too shabby, and have my uniform and hat and everything in my hands, and I go outside, and I'm just sitting out there waiting on the curb to get picked up by my brother, because I couldn't drive at the time, which made me sad. I'm like, no. And so I'm waiting by the curb, and there's a storm drain right next to me. I'm like, oh man, I could totally throw up in that storm drain. I could like, that storm drain is pukeable, bro. It's pukeable. And I was just like sitting there like, I don't know what to do. Like, I really want to puke, but okay, I really wanted to make the feeling go away. It's not like I'm like bulimic or anything, but I wanted the feeling to go away. But I also just, like, if I was going to puke, I wanted to do it right here, right now, not later, not anything else. And so I'm like, oh, God, you know, I can't. And I got really close a few times, and I'm like, I'm feeling like shit. I'm just, like, looking down, and I'm just like, oh. And so my brother comes down the street, and he's like, all right, well, I'm going to get you. So I get in his car, and I tell him, like, look, dude, I'm not feeling too great. He's like, what happened? What happened? And he's like, I'm like, I don't know. I just had McDonald's for dinner, and I didn't feel too great. I didn't really tell him the whole story just then. And so I was like, all right, well, we're in his car. I'm holding my McDonald's uniform on my lap. We probably get half a mile down the road which my house was actually pretty close at the time, so it wasn't too big of a deal. It wasn't too big of a trek at the time, maybe a mile and a half. So it's like, all right, well, we get half a mile down the very first stretch of road, and his car is old. He had like an 84 Subaru. I'll put a picture of it here. And so it had manual windows. It was a manual car, had manual windows, etc. And so the window on my side was actually broken. There's no handle for it. There's no nothing. The automatic handle and the manual handle is broken. So yeah, there's no way I could have rolled it down or whatever, right? So we're going, I'm holding all my stuff, and I'm on my I don't even know what I was doing. I was just sitting there, and I'm like, oh god, I have to puke. And he's like, what? And it just comes up. Like, I didn't have time to open the door and like put my head out. I didn't have time for anything. Like, I barely got warning, and then I'm just like, I'm not feeling so well, and then just all over my uniform, the seatbelt, me, the floor, everywhere. It exploded. Like, some of it hit my hat, and like it was in my hat because my hat was facing upward like a cup, and it had splashed out like onto the side of the car, onto part of the stick shift, and dude, it went everywhere. It was so bad, and I probably puked twice, and like the second time I tried to keep it contained in my hat, but I really didn't know what to do at the time. And he's just like, oh my god, did you just throw up? And he looks over at me, he's like, oh my god, dude, are you okay? I'm like, no, get me home. And I'm just like, I felt really, really, really bad. And so I'm like, oh god. So we end up going to my house, and I'm just like, oh. And so I take all this stuff, and I don't even remember how I carried it inside. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, my brother's like, holy shit, you know, what the fuck? And he wasn't too mad about it. He was very, very accepting, very, very kosher during the whole situation. I was like, oh, wow, okay, good. Thank you for not being super mad at me, because I was really sorry. I was like, dude, I'm so sorry. I will clean this up. Don't worry. I hope you're, because it was bad, dude. It was, oh, God, there was McDonald's, like, pasta that I had that night at our house, and just all this stuff combined over the hours that I didn't digest, and it was like, oh god. And so, no, I don't remember what I ate, but just something from McDonald's. And so I end up like going upstairs and getting into the bathtub, right? And then I had, you know, started running the water and stuff, and I'm pretty sure I either left the clothes and stuff right there, or I don't know exactly what I did with them. But my mom was freaking out, and my stepdad was, I don't think he was home at the time, but my stepdad was freaking out. It wasn't freaking out because he wasn't there. But anyway, like, I didn't know exactly what they did when I went up into the bathtub and like rinsed off and stuff. It was so disturbing. I ended up taking a shower after that too, and my mom had to wash my uniforms maybe 3 times. My brother's car smelled for like 2 weeks, and that was the passenger seat where I sat, and so I had to deal with that, and I felt really, really bad because it smelled horrible. And we ended up getting a lot of very good chemicals to clean it all out and get it all out, and I ended up cleaning it and stuff very extensively afterwards. But I felt really, really bad, you guys. That was a pretty crazy story. Never smoke hookah and eat McDonald's. Yes, that is a combo. I'm telling you guys, never do that, and especially don't smoke as much hookah as I did, because that was a very bad night. And hookah's not my favorite. I don't like it that much. She just was big on it, so that's the only person I've ever smoked hookah with. But we had some other people. I've done it several times, but anyway, I haven't done it in like over a year. I think since then, man, I don't even know. Maybe like, yeah, no, I don't think I've done it since then. But anyway, I really hope you guys did enjoy the story. Don't forget to smash that like button if you guys did enjoy. Have a great day, and remember the fact that I love you.